If you wanna stay with me, if you wanna try, maybe you could be with me, but only for the night.
Hi there, welcome back to the Board Game Specialist. I'm Carla.
And I'm Melanie.
And today we are talking about our top 9 games we're going to play over the holidays with our family.
That's right. That's right. Well, we'll see even if it happens, but those are the goal.
Yeah, hopefully these all get played. Some of them have been played already, but they will be continuing to be played, hopefully, over the next weeks. But we are Christmas girls, so you know, Mel has her Christmas.
Oh my God! I gotta tell you, I'm at the excitement stage. I was sitting in the kitchen yesterday, and then we're like cooking supper, and all of a sudden I'm thinking is like, oh my God, like there's only this many days, and then the kids are gonna come, and then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna make this for supper, and I'm just sitting there with a big grin, and Lee's looking at me, he's like, what's going on? And I was like, I'm just really excited.
I know.
Because none of this was spoken. This was just all in my head, right? So I'm just sitting
you just
thinking
had a grin
about
on your
it.
face then.
I just had this crazy grin on my face, and he's like, you were like really excited for nachos?
Yeah. They're so good.
Yeah, so we're gonna get to this stretch here where I'm not gonna sleep anymore. And this is our holiday special episode, really, because we're not gonna be back until the new year after this one.
Yep. That's right.
So
we got, and you had your shopping done like a month ago. I finished all mine today.
Oh, good for you.
And yesterday did a whole bunch of baking, so I'm
nice.
All set.
Yeah, I did my baking early this year because we already had our first Christmas with my dad at the beginning of December. Now, before we get into our topic, I'd like to address the room I'm in. We had a sewer backup, so which is in the basement, which is where my office and my game room is. And luckily, we caught it right away, and it was like gray water. It was like the shower, but before there was some black water by the time the sewer guy could come. But so they had to rip out the entire flooring downstairs. So we moved my office upstairs, and I'm probably going to be staying in here going forward because I can look out the window. That's kind of nice. It's a bit echoey in here right now, so I'm going to have to figure something else out. The games are okay. It appears like they have all survived. However, they are packed up. Well, and then it's funny because they came in, the insurance company packs it all up, moves it, and they're all in the garage, and then kind of remove the flooring, and they'll put them all back in place afterwards as well. And then the guy came in to kind of see, he's like, oh, okay, he sent a message, make sure you bring lots of packing supplies. And the guy showed up, and they stopped in my game room, and they look around like, oh, we're going to need more boxes. It's like, how many games do you have? I was like, I have over 1,100 board games. He's like, oh my God. They're not huge boxes either. They're, fairly small boxes.
Do they charge you for those boxes?
No.
Oh, good.
No, this is all covered by the insurance, right? So, and at one point, it's like, do we want to do the floor ourselves or do we let them do? But it's like, I don't want to move the boxes. I say we let them do it themselves because that's a lot of boxes. It's a lot of boxes. That's the good news. Bad news is it was an emergency to remove the floor. It's not an emergency to put it back on. So these games are packed up for the next 2 months or so, maybe more. So, and then they showed up, started packing. I'm like, oh! So I quickly grabbed a couple to kind of have over Christmas and New Year's. And then the next couple of months, I'm like, oh my God, what do we even keep? And then Lee went and grabbed a couple. It was funny because it's like, we have a game about Fast and Furious. I was like, oh yeah, we do. It's like, we're pulling that out. It's like, oh, what's that? How long have we had this? It's just kind of fresh eyes on the collection when you're kind of mad. But it was funny. It was like, I'm trying to pack it and all of a sudden I'm looking and it's like, I don't know what to grab. It's the panic of it all. And it's like, maybe I just don't even worry about it. But it was,
you should have FaceTimed us. We could have figured it all out together.
Well, this was happening while I working and I'm running downstairs trying to grab some games because they're packing them up. Like, yeah, I was not properly prepared for this.
The phone to me from them, and I could have told them for you. Okay, no,
so this box there. So I'm back into a closet. Like, that was my thing. When I first started my collection, I had one closet I was allowed to be in, and now I'm back to one closet. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And then my games are all horizontal. I'm stopped.
Oh yeah.
Such a, like, because you gotta lift, pull out, and it's really hard to put a game back. And I have like the big ones and then the little ones. I was like, oh my god.
This means you can't really buy anymore for a while, right? Because
I got a bunch of gift cards, and I was like, what's the point of even buying games right now? Yeah. And then he's like, well, you have a closet, you can put them in there. I was like, but honestly, I have a lot of games. Yeah. Like, so after like I was gonna go to Wizard's Loft, and I was like, no, I'm not going anymore. Okay, but I just wanted to kind of bring that up, which kind of works well with our topic, because I had to figure out which game I wanted for this holiday. Right. So, and that's what we're doing. So last episode, we did our top 9 Christmas games, which are Christmas themed games. These are the top 9 holiday games. So games that we tend to bring out at holidays or try to play with our family over the holidays. So it's a different list altogether, and it's different games altogether for me, definitely. And I kind of also, if it was on the last list, I didn't put them on, but.
Yeah, I have one, but only because I've been, well, you'll see.
Yeah.
Crazy, and we'll continue.
Sounds good. So before we get into our top 9 holiday list, we're going to start with what we've been playing lately. And Carla, we're going to start with you.
Yeah, so I got this one game. I bought it used from a friend in Calgary, and I had my eye on this game for quite a while. I've had it kind of in my cart in some of my online, buying places, and didn't bite the bullet because I still wasn't sure about it. And the reason I wasn't sure is because it's an area control game, and I'm not,
we don't like those.
Not usually my go-to game, but I just love the art in this and the theme. And this game is called Bebop. Now, the art and the color scheme is just awesome. I love this one. The art is by Weberson Santiago, so he kind of has a style, and he's done like other games. Of course, I can't think of them off the top of my head right now.
Of course.
I just love that kind of art. And then the theme is quite different for a game. It's about you are agents, like what are they called? Music agents, and you're reserving people's seats at these concerts. So there's a big game board that has it's kind of like got hexes on it. And then in the middle of, all over the board, they have these colored areas, and that is where you're going to put the bands. So you're just going to draw these chips out randomly and place them all over where the bands are. And they're different. There's 3 different types of instruments. There's pianos, trumpets, and drums. So some bands will just have 1 instrument, some will have 2, and some will have 3. And you can never have the same ones in each band. But what you're doing on your turn is you have these little hexagon pieces with a cutout in the middle, room for a dice. And so on your turn, you can place out a seat, which is booking a seat for a client. And then on another turn, you can place out a dice, which is your clients are actually sitting down to watch this band. So you'll all have 3 dice just randomly rolled, and they're different colors, but they'll have one of those 3 instruments on them. Mm-hmm. Now, like I said, you can either place a seat, which is the spot to place the dice, or place the dice out. Now, everyone will just do that. You'll go back and forth until a band is completely surrounded. Now, it's surrounded when all the seats are surrounding it, plus the clients are filled. Except if there's stars. There's some spots that have stars in them, and that's like preferred like VIP seating. And you do have tiles that you can put on there, but they don't have to be filled in order for the band to start playing. So once the band starts playing, you will score it. And how you're going to do that is you're going to look around the band and see how many different families there are. And families are light colored dice. So they might be different instruments, but they're light colored. And there's about 5 different colors. So I could have, a couple different dice in different families around there. Everybody could. But you're going to score depending which instruments are in that band. Say we were just surrounding a 2-player band and there was a drum and a piano. So we're going to count all the pianos around there, and you're going to see who had the most, and whoever did is going to get the points for the pianos. Now at the bottom of the board, there's these little charts where each instrument starts at a certain scoring number. So say they would start at 10. So I would get 10 points for that piano. Then that marker is going to move down. Next time someone's going to get 9, and the time after that it'll go at 8. So it goes down every time we score an instrument. And then we'll score the other instrument. And then the little disc that's in the middle, which is the instrument, if whoever won the majority is going to get to take it, and that'll help them with end game scoring. So another way that you can get points is for families, and as soon as you have 2 light colored dice beside each other, that makes a family, and you will score for each same instrument in that family. So sometimes you have different instruments, so you might only score 1. So there's a few different scoring ways ways to score. It's a hard one to explain, but once you understand it, it's very simple. In this game, it takes a half an hour because you just place out. Everybody has the same amount of discs that they place out, and then once those discs are filled with dice, that ends the game. Now, at the end of the game, it's another type of scoring where you had all those little band discs that you've collected when you've had majorities. Now you're going to go and score the top family. So you're going to score all the top red connected family, the top green connected, and then within that family, whoever has, say, the most pianos, say I had the most, I get to score however many pianos I had there times how many I've collected.
Oh, cool.
So it reminds me of a Reiner Knizia area control-ish game.
Right.
It's so awesome, and I kind of knew I was.
It looks great.
And I'm like, but I really shouldn't in the back of my head. This shouldn't be a game that I really won't like. But I tried it out with John and Chase, and John hated it. He's like, get rid of this game. I'm like, no, it's not going anywhere. Chase liked it. He's like, now I know what to do next time. I think you and Kayla would like this one too. Especially because it's so quick, but it feels crunchy, but it's still only half.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's just so cool to look at, but it was really awesome. I'm happy with my used purchase, and yeah, it's I'm turning into an area control.
Look at you go. So Bebop. All right. All right. So I had Travis and Kayla join me last weekend. This past weekend just now. Ashley ended up not being able to join us, and we had to play in my kitchen now. So we kept it kind of small, but it was great. We played tons of game. And one of the games that we played was Cascadia Rolling Rivers, which is a roll and write, which I don't normally love. I don't hate roll and writes. It's just not my favorite, but this one was really interesting. So you have these cards, kind of like in Cascadia. You roll the dice, and then you're going to select which animal you want to collect. And then you have a sheet where you'd be like, okay, well, I started with 1, so I'm crossing it off. I'm collecting 4, so now I crossed the 1 off. I'm at 5. And then you're collecting all of these animals. And you have these cards that have different animals on them. And you can, so it's like a set collection, or it's almost like you're fulfilling the order, right? So you got to collect the animals to fulfill the order. And then when you complete a card, you get to do what's in the bottom, and there'll be an hexagon with a number on it. Then you're going to go and add that numbers on your sheet, and you're filling it out from top to bottom. And then as you fill these things, you can kind of unlock extra things. Okay, great. Well, I'm going to take 2 bears, cross that off. Now I'm going to have 2 extra bears and stuff. And it was really interesting. I really enjoyed it. And then, because you have the communal dice and you have your personal dice, and then you get to collect all of the icons of one animal. And you'd be like, okay, well, I really need bears. Only one came up. Do I really want one bear? I was hoping for more, but maybe it's like it is what it is. Or, it's like I'm not even using my own dice. There's 2 trout there, so I'm going to go collect the trouts. I think they're salmon, actually. But so it was really interesting that way. Now, we played the side A, because there is side A, side B, C, and D, and each ones play the game completely differently. Like the map that you kind of put things on there is completely different. It's almost like an entirely new game. This is one that would make sense to laminate, because it's not like 1B on side. Like you'll want to laminate these eventually. That would make sense. Plus, they're not organized like 1B. Like they're in chunks. Like you have like the paper you rip off is like, well, all the top ones are A. Then after that, you're going to get to B. So you have to kind of go and rip from the middle if you want to play a different version. But yeah, laminating makes a lot of sense with this one. It's not my copy anyways. I don't have to worry about it. That's Travis's problem. But it was a really interesting roll and write version of Cascadia. And you can spend pine cones to kind of manipulate the dice, or you can spend 3 to kind of collect 2 animals. And like, so there's different things that you can do when that comes into play. And it was a lot of fun. So that was Cascadia, Rolling Rivers.
Awesome. Yeah, I've played. So there's 2 different ones, the Rolling Rivers, and then I forget what the other one's called, like, because they came in a 2-pack.
I think it's like Rolling something as well.
Yeah, it is. I can't remember which one I played, but yeah, I enjoyed it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right. Well, we'll get into our top 9 games we're going to play over the holidays here. And I think I'm starting, probably.
You are?
So my first one is, everyone's heard of this one, and probably everybody's played it already, and this is Flip 7. This is a hit with, like, especially non-gamers, but gamers, they'll enjoy it when it's, like, for me, it's not my favorite of these party games, but it's always going to get played, and everybody always wants to play it. I like to play it. I just don't want to play it for about 2 hours where everyone's like, more
again.
I'm like, but there's so many. Let's play more. But it is fun. And I just actually introduced it last night to a couple of friends that were here. She's like, oh, I just need like a game that we can play with like 8 people that's like fast. And I'm like, here, let's try this. I bet you'll. And she's like, oh, yeah, this is going to be perfect. So what you're doing in here is just a push your luck game. You just flip a card. And the cards are, you basically have like 12 12s, 11 11s, 10 10s, and so on down the line with a few special cards thrown in. And you're going to flip a card for everybody, and then you're going to go around, and if they want to, we say hit, they're going to get another card, or they can stop and just score what they have. So if they hit and happen to get the same number, they bust and you get nothing. So you're just trying to like push your luck and try to get the most points possible. If you ever get to 7 cards flipped without busting, you get a bonus of 15 points, and then that ends the round. But there's a couple special cards in there. There's one that gives you a second chance, so you have no risk of busting. And if you
there is a bit of a risk, because if you get the second chance, you have to flip on one more. You can't just say, no, never mind, I stop.
No, you just, if you get it, you can pay.
Oh, I think you have to flip one more.
And then go around. No, you don't. Because then you have the choice of either flipping one or...
Oh, then I was playing that wrong.
Yeah. Because then there's the flip 3. So you can make anybody have to flip 3 in a row. You can do it on yourself, and you might get a bunch of different cards. And then there's also one that's a freeze, and you can freeze yourself or freeze other people if somebody's really winning, because it's a race to 200 points. Somebody's way up there, you can freeze them at 2 or something. They only have a 2 flipped. And then there's a bunch of different numbers that will add to them. You cannot bust on those. Like one's a doubler, it'll double all your points, and there's only one of those in the deck. It's pretty sweet to get that.
Yeah.
It doesn't even sound like it would be super fun, but when you play it, everybody gets into it, and everybody likes seeing everybody bust. And there's sometimes one person will bust every time. They'll even have a 2 and get another 2, and there's only 2 2s in the. It's just funny that way how the luck part works. But then some people just can never lose, and they just keep getting 6 7 cards all the time, and it's humorous. It's fun, and it's a nice little filler. But like I said, I don't like playing it for about 2 hours, but it's fun to play for a couple games of this. Everyone gets riled up and gets excited. But this we will definitely be playing, and this is flip side.
This is going to be my most gifted game this year. So if you get it from me, act surprise. Nice pick. All right, my number 9. Now, before I get into this, I want to point out I am basing this list on games that my family will play with me over the holidays, kind of more like that's the audience. And take note, they don't play games, most of them. So my number 9 is Happy Salmon. And this is a picture of the box, like the new version of it. I have the pouch one. I recently played this one with like my game group and their kids, like just as a quick filler between games. And it was such a hit. And Happy Salmon is a ridiculous game. Like you all have a deck of card that has like this one color. And there'll be a pound it, high five, a Happy Salmon, or a switcheroo. So if it's pound it, you put your fist up, somebody else you pound, and then you get to discard that card. And then if it's a high five, you're like, high five, anybody high five. It's like, and it's chaos. Like everybody's shouting at the same time. Don't bother sitting in a chair. Move the chairs away. Stand at the table. Switcheroos, you got to run around and you're swapping spot with somebody else. And then the Happy Salmon, you do the Happy Salmon shake and you go like, which is hilarious. Kids absolutely love it. My mom loved this one, actually. So I ended up getting her own copy as well. Because it's a ridiculous game. Some people will be like, what? That's horrible. I hate it. But most of the time, people get into it and be like, okay, we're good. I can do it this time. So it's hilarious. But over the holidays, it'll play a larger group of people. And then like with the pouch one, you had like the green salmon, the blue salmon, so you can kind of double up. But I think the box says like it'll play up to 8 players. So you can play a fairly large group of people. And it's one that just goes over well. It's chaotic mayhem. You don't need to be like too serious about it. And it plays super, super quick, which fits well for the chaos of the holidays.
Nice. Yeah, I actually have never played this one. I've seen it played at conventions, but I never.
Carla. Oh my God. We got to get you to play this. It sounds ridiculous and horrible, but it's actually kind of satisfying.
Yeah. I'm sure it'd be fun with like even a group of gamers just to let off some steam after like a heavy year or something.
Right. Yeah.
All right. My next one is called, I'm not sure what picture you'll have here because this isn't really what it's called, but I call it Marble Dice or Marble Cards. But it's basically the game of Aggravation. Yeah, that's a small version of it. And so this is a copy of a Mashad game, which is they're sold in Canada and out of Ontario, I believe. And so this company started back in, I think, the late 70s or early 80s, and they made these wooden board games. And they charge $80 for each game, and it's beautiful wood, and they've never changed their price since then. It still costs the same, is what I've heard.
Well, it was on their website, yeah, so it was around that range.
These games could sell for probably twice as much. They're just beautiful pieces of art, and every year they kind of come out with a new one, and they have a big catalog now. They do ship to you. I think it's $20 shipping. This is in Canada. I'm not sure what they would ship to the States, but every year before Christmas, we have a Christmas market here, and they do come down here to Alberta or over here to Alberta, and I always pick a new one up every year. Now, last year my brother got the card version of this. So you're playing different cards to move your marbles, and it's basically like the game Sorry or Aggravation. You're just trying to get back around. Now, I didn't think that we'd all have a blast playing this, but there's a lot of take that in this because you can land on a player and kick them home. If you use a king, anything you jump over, they all go home. There's so much, take that in the game, and you can play with teams. We have a board. This is a 4-player board, but we have I think it's an 8-player board. It's either
Oh,
6
okay,
or 8.
cool.
So you can play with 6 players, or you could play with teams and even play with more people. But now this year we got the dice version, which is this, but I also have a 6-player version of it, but it looks very similar to this. And it's basically, and I thought, oh, the dice is just going to be too lucky, but it is also fun because you can jump in the middle here. So you don't have to go all the way around the board. You can easily sneak in the middle, but people can
Oh,
also jump in the middle as well and then send you home. So there's a lot of like quick back and forth, like I'm in, I'm almost home. Oh, now I'm kicked back home. Oh, I'm back in, I'm almost home. And I mean, my family just loves this game, and which makes me love it because everybody has so much fun, and we can play in teams, and then the teams get really, because when you play in teams, you can, and on your roll you can move your teammates, which is nice because sometimes you can't get any of your dice out because you need to roll a 1 or a 6 in order to get out. And if you're not rolling those, you're basically doing nothing on your turn. But if you have a teammate who's out there, at least you can move them with your like a roll of 5 or something. And it's just I don't know, it's just fun. It's just stupid fun. I mean, I played Sorry as a kid and I loved it then, and
yeah.
then I kind of stopped playing it because it was kind of mean. But I guess my family loves we love getting each other. We're all super competitive, and we love to have the upper hand. And so this is one that we will definitely all be playing, and we have 2 copies now, so we'll probably have like a little tournament
Nice.
or something. But that's my number 8, basically called Frustration, or Aggravation. I always mix them up. Aggravation.
Yeah, and they have a neat collection. There's a game. So next time they're in town, let me know. I'll put in an order.
It's always the end of October they come.
Perfect.
And then you don't have to pay shipping because I can just.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So my number 8 is Blank Slate. And this is interesting. It's kind of one of those games like, are other people thinking the same way as you are? And then you kind of have the assumption that, well, your spouse will, we're soulmate, right? Of course they're going to think like we do. And then sometimes they really don't. Or sometimes it's like weird how they think exactly like you. And this is a great game for that. So when playing with family, especially, kind of like, you're all kind of fairly close, it's neat to see who will actually think like you. Now, you want to match with somebody in order to score. But like, so you kind of want, but you
only want to match one person, right? You don't want to match a bunch. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I think it's like if you match just 2 people, you get more points that way. So you want to be a little bit unique in your answers, but not so much that nobody matched you at all, right? And then you always have like something blank. So in this case was cold blank. I don't know. My first thing would be like cold snap. That's what I would have put, cold snap. I don't know if my family thinks. I mean, in this case, they had like cold medication, cold season. I don't see cold season. Well, maybe cold brew. I wouldn't go there at all. But so you kind of all put your answer, then you reveal, and then you take score. And everything is dry erase, which is great. And then there's tons and tons of cards. And it's just an easy, straightforward game. It'll play a lot of players. It has like a nice high player count. So for parties, when you have a bigger group, it works great for that. It works great also for people like I gotta go, and then they leave. It doesn't wreck the game. You just keep going without them. Yeah, you could jump in somebody else. Oh, I'll take his place. Is that no problem? So it's great for that. It's kind of really forgiving for that. But it's just one of those that will have like a laugh, like, what are you thinking about? It's like, oh my God. But I like this one, and it's so much fun. And that is Blank Slate.
Yeah, this is a good one too that you can play after dinner. Everybody can sit around and just have their little thing, and you have someone just flipping cards.
Yeah, because you don't even have to be all sitting at a table. You can do it all in the living room. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. This one's similar to, this was made before it, but I have Herd Mentality, which is very similar to this. Just adds a bit of difference because this pink cow goes around, and if you end up with the cow, you can't win at all. So you have to try to get in there and have some sort of word with someone else, or you have no way of winning. But it's funny. Awesome. All right. Well, my number 7 is this one is a loud one, a stand-up. You don't want to sit down and play this one. And this one is Piles. Now, we discovered this one, I think, 2 winters ago. I can't even remember how. I think I heard a content creator talking about it. And then I bought it and then introduced it to people. And then everyone's like, I have to get this game. I have to get this game. And it's such a silly game. You are basically sorting laundry in this game. And this one goes up 2 to 8 players. And depending on player count, you're going to take these little mini decks out of the box. And every deck has 4 of a kind. And it's not exactly the same. They're similar. They're the same. They're in different colors, basically. So if you're watching here, you can see pictures. There's 4 different things in that picture. There's a dress, a sweater vest, a skirt, and a tank top. So now you would have 4 different types of tank tops, 4 different skirts. They're the same style, but different colors or a different pattern or something. Now, some people get confused with that because
every game, at least one.
Socks, and then there's a pair of shorter socks, and then a pair of really shorter socks, but they think they're all the same. And even though you explain it, they still don't get it. But what you do is everybody has, is it 6 or 8?
7. Oh, I want to say 7.
7?
Isn't it 7 stacks?
Between 6 and 8 stacks of 4 cards that are just all shuffled once you've pulled out the amount of decks you need. And you shuffle them all. So everybody has those face down. And then there's a starting, I think you can either choose to put 4 or 8 face-up cards in the middle. And then you kind of say go. And everybody just tries to sort their piles. And how they do that is they can only pick up 1 pile at a time and look at it. And so say this pile was in my hand. I had a dress, a vest, a skirt, and a tank top. I look at that, and in the middle, there's another tank top there. So I can grab the tank top and switch it with something else. So now I have 2 tank tops in this pile. So I'm going to put that pile down and try to remember that's what I'm going for in this pile. Then I'm going to pick up another pile and look, and I'm like, oh, look at this. I already have 2 pairs of socks that are the same in here. Awesome. So now I need socks. Well, there's none out there right now. Okay, so I'll put that one down, pick up another one, and then I see 2 pairs of pants out there, and I have nothing alike in here. So I'm going to grab those 2 pants and put 2 down, and then put that pile down. And so you're just trying to get them sorted into 4 of a kind in each pile. And the first one to do that, when you do have a pile that's the same, you flip it over. So the first one to get all their piles organized is the winner. And all you're doing is grabbing cards and, looking at your piles, flipping them over. You can't have 2 piles going at the same time. You can only have 1 in your hand, and you can only grab 1 card at a time with 1 hand. And it's just chaos. And people who look at this, I know when we first played it with my family, my brother was like, this is stupid. And he starts playing, and he did terrible the first game. And then I don't even know how we got him to play the second game, but then he won, and then he didn't want to stop. And it was like, this game's awesome. And it was so funny because he was so confused with some of them. He's like, what's this maternity bathing suit? And I'm like, that's not a maternity bathing suit. It's just a normal bathing suit. Like, why are you saying maternity? Like, some of the men look at these pictures and it's so hilarious. And it's like
it's a blast.
Team builder thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know one of our gamer buddies he's like, I think I'm gonna use this for training my volleyball team, and he was gonna make them in the gym start in the middle and then have to go collect these cards all over the gym, and that would be their workout, running around.
They have to run back and forth. Yeah, that's be crazy.
Going back and forth, but it is just stupid fun. And it's funny because after that, my son's girlfriend's like, she goes, oh, this is a game I've seen go viral on TikTok. And I'm like, oh, really? I could see that because it's just so silly and goofy. But we will definitely be playing this one, and that's Piles, my number 7.
Yeah. I played this game years and years ago with a regular deck of cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could do it that way if you want, and you're just trying to sort the numbers together. Yeah. Very cool. But it's just so much more fun when it's this one. Yeah. Okay, my number 7 is all about showing your love for your family over the Christmas holidays, and what says I love you more than trying to shoot each other. And that's Cash and Guns. And this one, and I have like boys, right? So when they were like little or teenage boys, they just love the theme of this game. And the first thing you do is you pick one of these characters, and there's like all sorts of weird characters that you can pick from that looks like mafia or looks like, a bunch of different stuff. So you're going to pick your character, you're going to put them in front of you. And then you have these 8 cards that's in the middle. And these are the treasures. And basically, we went on a heist. And this is our loot. And now we're back into our headquarters. And we're trying to divide the loot between all of us. But we're thieves. And we don't really trust each other. So be like, okay, so you have cards. 5 of them are blanks. 3 of them have bullets in it, and you're going to put one down, and then you're going to be like, okay, 1, 2, 3 points. You're going to point at somebody, and I'm pointing my gun at you, and they're like, really? You shouldn't, but it could be a blank. You don't know. But maybe you have 3 guns pointing at you, like, oh my God. So then you have to decide, are you staying in or are you backing out? But if you back out, you don't get any parts of the loot. But if you stay in, you get a wound. And if you're wounded 3 times, you're eliminated and you get nothing because you're dead, right? So it's these little foam guns that are so satisfying to play with. This is we pull this out mostly at Easter for some reason. It's like been our Easter game. But it's a hoot. Everybody enjoys it. And it's just so hilarious. I'll be like, I can't believe you would shoot your own mother. They're like, oh, too bad, mother. It's like, but then if you have like the desk, you can point at one gun and be like, no, you point that out somebody else. And then you point at somebody else. And then if you stay in, then you reveal. And if you're still in and you have a bullet, then that person gets shot. Now, if you're shot and wounded, you don't get to take part of the loot. You're busy being at the hospital. And if you don't get shot, though, then it's all as good. You share the loot, and starting with we call it the Godfather, the one that has the desk, then you take turns picking loot, and there'll be some artwork, and then the more of those you have, the more points they're worth. There's money, there's diamonds, it's just silly fun. It's ridiculous. Now, some people might be like, oh my God, that's just a horrible theme, and that's fine, don't play this. But if you could get past that, this is a hoot. Yeah. And that is Cash and Guns.
Awesome. All right. My number 6 is a card game. And this one, I didn't realize how much fun this one would be. It just seemed like one of those basic card games that I could get, some of my non-gaming family members to play. And this is called Skyjo. Now, this is like another version of golf, basically, if you've ever played a game version of golf. But with this one, you lay out 12 cards face down. Everybody has 12. It's like 3 rows of 4. And you'll place them all face down, and then you get to flip 2. And you're basically trying to have the lowest score. So you will either draw from the top of the deck or take off the discard and just replace cards and try to have a low score. If you ever have a column that has the same numbers, you get to clear that column out. So you can see there's some 12s and 10s, which is a high number. Because if you have 12 cards, it's going to really give you a lot of points, which you don't want. So you might want to collect those high cards because everyone's going to try and get rid of them and get your columns filled with them, and then you can clear them out and you'll have points. There are some negative cards. There's a -2 and a -1. There's some zeros. And it's just neat because if you do clear those out, or sometimes you will, pick up a card and you're like, ooh, this is a 3. I'm going to switch it with this face down one. And then you give away a -1, right?
Oh.
Nothing you can do about it. But it's the simplest game out there, but my husband and son are now addicted to it, and they keep wanting to play it all the time. And it plays up to 8, so it's
nice.
Something, and it's like quick turns. So if you're playing with that many people, but everybody gets into it and everybody can count. So it's, I don't know why this one is so fun, but you play up to, I think, is it 100? First one to 100 loses or something, and then obviously the lowest person wins.
Nice.
It's a fun one, and just simple card game, but I didn't realize it would be this attractive to people, but it totally is, and we have a lot of fun playing this, and that's Skyjo. Now they are coming out with a new version. Wait, though, because they are coming out with a new version with some action cards, which as soon as I ordered this one, of course.
Of course.
Ordered this one on Amazon.
Is it still called Skyjo?
It's called, I think, Skyjo Action, maybe.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
In a pre-order state right now, like in Bliss and stuff. So I would just wait for that one, and that's probably going to just add a little bit more, and you can even play the base if you want. But might as well.
Nice.
I just wait for that because it would be right up your family's alley too, I think.
Yeah, this one looks like it would appeal.
Yeah.
For everybody. So yeah, I might be getting that one because I got an Amazon gift card, so I got to spend that on something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. All right.
Yeah, Skyjo, my number 6.
My number 6 is, again, I don't even remember how I got introduced to this one. I think I saw it somewhere, like on Facebook or something like that, and then saw it on Amazon when I had an Amazon gift card burning a hole in my pocket, and that is Hitster. Now, I've put the copy of Hitster Christmas, the expansion pack, which recently came out. I don't have this. I don't even know where they have it. No, I don't. Actually, I believe the store, L'As des Jeux, in my hometown, my area in Chipagan, had it come in. I don't know if they still have it. I should go look because they do deliver. So I could order from there and have it delivered. So I have seen this around. I don't have it. But if I did, I would play with this all the time. But this is just like an expansion that would add Christmas songs to, which would be amazing. Awesome. How amazing would it be? Yeah, but
we have to
with Hitster, and this is the version I have. 100%. So on the back of the card, there is a QR code. When you scan it with the app, it's going to play 20 seconds of a song. And then it's kind of like Timeline, but with song and audio, because I'd be like, oh, okay. If you can guess the name of the song and the artist, you get a bonus token. Those tokens can be spent to either try to steal cards from the other players if you think they're making a mistake, or to kind of add an extra card to your timeline, because the first one to get 10 cards in the correct order wins. So they'd be like, okay, I have no idea what that is, but it sounds old. I'm going to say it's from is it 50s, 60s? I'm going to say it's from the 60s. It turns out it's from the 90s. It's like, man, then it's discarded, right? So, but it is so interesting. And my family absolutely loved this game. They got right into it. And it has older songs and newer songs. So all age group it works for. Then there's lots of expansions that comes that has extra different type of songs, like the Christmas one that I want. But this one is just
there's another one here too. There's one called Hitster Celebration, and then
there's a lot.
Hitster Rock, because I've got all.
Oh, I should get Hitster Rock.
But
maybe that's what I'll use my gift card on.
Hitster soundtracks. Yeah, there's a lot. This is I think these were made in Europe, and they're coming over here now, and that's why some of them we can't get. But.
And it's amazing. Yeah, because the Christmas one, I think the box I found, it'll show you again, it's not English. So it was released there.
They were probably made in Germany.
Probably, but I think it makes its way here, so I cannot wait for Hitster Christmas, because that would be perfect. Yeah. I should go see if they have it at L'As des Jeux. And I've seen a couple of little small store got a copy of this, but I haven't seen it on Boardgame Bliss or 401 Games or anything like that. That's my number 6, Hitster.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Number 5. Now, we love rolling dice. I love rolling dice. So
I love rolling dice.
To get a dice game that a big group can play. And this is the one I got this year, and we just played it yesterday, me and John, and it was super fun, and I think it'll be even more fun with more people. And this is called Booty Dice. So this is like a pirate themed game, and there's 6 different dice with 6 different rolls that you could have on there. So if you're watching the video, you can see there's a gold. It's showing a gold, an X, and then a skull, a sword, a wave, and a shield. So now what happens is everybody starts with 10 lives, and they have just these little cardboard chips of this little cute pirate girl. And you start with, I think, 5 doubloons, which is money. Now, you can either win the game by being the last pirate standing or collecting 25 doubloons. And how you do that is you're going to Yahtzee style roll all your dice. You get up to 3 rolls. Now, there's a card that will kind of tell you what everything does. And like individually, it does something different than if you have like sets of 3 of them, or if you have one of a kind of everything kind of thing. And so basically what you're trying to do is like take lives away from everybody else. So you're trying to either reduce them all to 0 or collect that $25, or both, if you want to go both ways. We played 2 games, and one of them, it was impossible for us to get money with our rolls, so we were like, there's no way we can win that way, so we just tried to kill each other, basically. But it's neat, because you'll roll the dice, and then you'll choose like to stop or roll your 3rd roll, and then whatever's there is what happens. So you're either going to get shields, which will protect you from somebody else attacking you once, and then you would get rid of that shield and not have to lose a life. You will get gold, which you'll get to take from the treasure box, which is basically the general pile. You could get a skull, where you get to take money from other people. You get to choose who you take it from. You get a sword, which actually kills one of the lives of someone. If you have this wave, I think it makes you lose a life. So I think you fall over the boat. You're overboard, and you.
I see. Right.
If you have a single one, that you lose a life. But if you end up rolling 3, then everybody else does. Then there's the shield, which will protect you. If you ever have one of a kind, I think everybody loses 2 lives and some money. So it's just, a real take that dice rolling game.
Nice.
Very, very much quicker than Bang the Dice game, a little bit less complicated. I mean, I did love Bang the Dice game, but when you have, everybody has a card in front of them, so it's not like you have to all go like, well, what does that mean? So it's nice. And then after 10 rolls, you kind of remember everything, so you're just like, oh yeah, I want this. No, I'm just gonna go for money this round, because you have 8 shields, so there's no point in me just trying to kill you. I'm just gonna collect money, and I have a whole bunch of shields, so I'm protected for a while. But just silly dice rolling fun. And I mean, anytime I see dice that are what's the term, special dice, like when it's not a normal dice, what's the word,
custom dice
I pretty much get that game. I don't know, I have an obsession with dice, especially custom dice.
It's cool.
That it's like, well, I had actually got this other game called Captain Ship Crew, and I mean, you can play it with normal dice, but I literally had to buy it because one of the dice had an anchor on it, and it's the one. It's so stupid. I'm looking for games like this. Might be one too that I can bring. My daughter's getting married in Cabo in May, and I was telling Mel about a couple weeks ago, I'm like, I'm really getting ready for the wedding. I'm figuring out which games I'm gonna bring. This is my priority. She's like, what about all your clothes and stuff? Well, that'll come, but this is important.
Step 1, board games. Step 2, all the other essentials.
I do have my dress too, but never mind that. The games I need to, and it's the packing, because I can't bring a bunch of big things. I can't bring, like some dice and some cards and some waterproof things. But anyway, so this is in the running for one of the games I'm gonna bring.
I do like the look of this one for sure.
Yeah, this one's on Amazon, just FYI. But anyway,
nice.
If you have a gift card, you need to spend, but it's silly fun, and that's my number 5 booty dice. And it plays, if you go back to that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me go back. 2 to 6.
Oh, 6, 2 to 6. So, I mean, not a huge player
That's
count.
good.
I'm sure you could just add a couple people in there and just grab something to use as lives, but it's
Right. That's probably the only issue. Like if you use your own metal coins,
I
then
used
you're golden.
pirate coins, of course. Metal
Of
pirate.
course.
You have pirate money. You have
Pirate gold. Oh my gosh, I need this game now just for that. We did pull the pirate gold out, so that's available.
Exactly.
Nice.
Just say you
All
had to
right.
do it for the pirate gold. Yep.
Yes. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go look for this game now. All right, my number 5 is a game that we always really like with my family, and that is Anomia. Now, Anomia means having something at the tip of your tongue, and you're always, you can't quite say it. And the way that this game works is you have cards, and then you're going to take one, you're going to put it in front of you, and it's going to have a symbol on it. And it also has a category. Now, if you ever match the symbol with somebody else, those two people that are matching have to try to say a word from the other person's category as fast as possible. And you will just make all sorts of strangled noises first before you can finally spit it out. And we played this last year, and with my dad, my sister, her husband, and my dad and my sister's husband matched. And my dad's like, oh, and the card that James had was dictator. And my dad's like,
He couldn't think of the name, but he knew.
So he's miming it. And James was laughing so hard he couldn't talk and say the name that one was on my dad's category until my dad finally clued in. Oh, Hitler!
Yeah.
Oh my God, we laughed so hard. It was a riot. And Anomia always is for me. That one always hits great. It comes in a small pack, which has like 2 decks of cards, and that's honestly all you have. The party edition has, I want to say 6 or 8 different decks of cards, so you can kind of swap out the decks between games. And that's really the only thing it does. It just gives you more variety, which I was all for. But it's a hoot. It is a hoot. Now, I have played with people that weren't into games, weren't closely paying attention, and they would not come up with a word of the category. They would just read out the category. Oh, really? Insect. No, you got to say an insect. I was like, oh, this isn't going to work. So it's not a complicated game, I thought, but I have played with some people where it just didn't work. But that's my number 5, Anomia.
This is a good one. This will probably come out at ours. We play this every year too, and it's such stupid fun. You think like, what? Just saying matching words, how is that fun? But the fact that you can't think of it right then. You know how I can't even
be on the
words
spot
on this
Yeah. podcast
half the time. Imagine
oh
in
my God,
real
that
time,
would be funny
me
to play
playing
with you.
this game. It's hilarious because I'm like, that's it. And I have like a pop culture version and a like adult version with like
yes,
adult words, and
I have the adult version as well.
It's just silly fun, but I don't know, something about those games that make you act silly and be goofy. They're just fun for everyone because
it's perfect for this season. Yeah,
exactly. Good choice. All right, so we're on to my number 4 already, and this is a crossover, kind of. This is Hitsters, but this one is called Guilty Pleasures, and why I'm using this one is I had the base one we played all summer at my brother's camp. He has like an acreage where a big glamping setup, and we spent a lot of time there, and so we played this quite a bit. My brother, my husband, my son, and my nephew are unreal at this game. I don't know how they have all this music trivia in their heads, but
right.
And I know a lot of songs and I can sing them, but do I know the names of them all? No. Do I know the artists? I can see them. I can see them in my head, but do I know their names? No. So this you had talked about the timeline, but you can play advanced way where you do need to name the band and the song.
I'd be out.
And even if there's like a duet, you need to name both of them or something. So we did play that a few times, which was tricky, but it's so fun. So now this Guilty Pleasures one I've kind of saved it for us to play at Christmas. I have another version called Summer something, and I'm bringing that to Cabo with us for the wedding. So that's
Nice.
Already, hopefully the Wi-Fi is okay there enough, because you do need Wi-Fi.
True.
You need to be
Yeah.
somewhere where you can scan those cards and use what do they use again?
Spotify.
But so yeah, hopefully that'll work. But this is the one we're gonna play at Christmas that I've kind of saved. I haven't opened and treated and tried to study it. So it'll be opened fresh on when we end up playing.
So will you eventually just mix them all up together?
I'll probably keep them apart and then just go back to them. I lent out my base game now to a friend. I'm like, you guys got to try this at Christmas, because they have a bunch of music freaks in it, and just kind of maybe rotate them, because I mean, I could literally play that first one and still wouldn't affect me.
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of stuff, but it's just so fun to have the music going, and then you're like, oh, okay, let's play a little bit more of that. That was such a good song. And just to think back, there's so much nostalgia. I mean, we were in the era, maybe Mel, you might be a bit young, but me and my brother listened to Walkman. We traveled a lot with our family, so we were like music freaks back then. We would go and buy our little 45 records, and every week we'd get to go buy a new one, and we would record off the radio, top 10 songs with terrible background music, but I would memorize these songs, and I just loved music back then. And so this brings a lot of nostalgia back. These do go back to the 20s. I think, what does it start in the 20s up to now?
Yeah, 1920s and stuff. So, you have some on gramophones, right?
Yeah, some are. Not a lot of older ones, but there are some. But it's just a really fun nostalgic game and I did see on Bliss, and I almost ordered it, but I didn't. They have Hitster's Bingo now. So what that is,
what is that? I want it just because it's Hitster, but I have no idea.
We will want this game. It's just bingo, but I think because I watched a little.
So you're trying to.
I'm trying to think. I think you play this song, and then. I don't know if you have a word that you have to match on there or something, or you have to, I can't remember how it works, but it looked really neat. It'd be it's not easy. I don't think it was easier than Hitster's. I think it's probably harder, because if you're by yourself, because there's no team play in this, but it looked really neat, but it sold out really fast. So people are on to this game. It's not just
there's
people.
The secret is out.
Yeah. And I know a couple have played it from our Discord too, and they said this is right up their jam, and they like it too. So.
It just appeals to everybody. Who doesn't listen to music?
Exactly.
Right?
I wish they came out with a country version. I really like country.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I'm sure someday they will.
That's
my number 4. So kind of a crossover. Basically the same game, but different.
Exactly. My number 4 is another great party game. It's one that we have played, me and you together, with a big group of people, and that is still to this day the most epic play of that particular game. And this is Caution Signs, because Carla's crawling nun looks exactly like an alligator. And this is hilarious. Now, this is, even if you're good at drawing, you have 20 seconds. It's not going to be spectacular. If you're bad at drawing, it makes this game even better, honestly. And you get 2 cards. One will be a word, one will be an adjective. And it'll be in this example, they have flexible cow or smelly baby. In this one there, they had a happy giraffe, or was it ghostly crocodile, or different things like that. So it's always going to be different. And you have 20 seconds, you draw what you have, kind of so do a flexible cow, whatever it is. Then everybody puts those 2 cards face down. They get shuffled. 2 more gets added to it that has nothing to do with anything. And then the person that's the guesser this round is going to flip all of these up. It's going to have all these image, and they're going to try to match them up. I remember when I played with Carla, I was like, okay, well, that's an alligator. We do not have an alligator card. Okay, I have no idea what this is now. So like, look elsewhere. It was hilarious. Oh my
That
god,
is
this
not a
game.
picture of my crawling nun. Just for
No, this is a
reference
picture
there.
I found. That was a crawling raccoon. It's not that far off though. But we did post pictures of that on our Discord channel, so it's worthwhile to go on the Discord, scroll all the way back to like what was it, January? February?
Last January, yeah, that we played it.
Earlier this year, and see the pictures of this because it's hilarious. But it's so much fun though. It is such a hoot to play. I played this with my dad, and my dad's like my family when we played the Anomia. We played this one as well, and he still talks about it. It's like, I was the worst drawer, but I won.
Yeah, you can't win. It's proof. I've won before, and I'm probably the worst drawer there.
Yeah, being good at drawing has nothing to do with whether you'll be good at this game and win the game, because I lose most of the time, and I'm a semi-decent at drawing. But
artist, yeah, that's true.
But 20 seconds, it doesn't matter. You don't have time. And then there'll be the one where it's like, we had this one, we played it with my local group, and there's like beautiful moose. And it was like, wow, that looks amazing. There's no moose on the card. There's a mouse, though.
Oh, that's happened too. You read it wrong, and you're like,
because he's so fast, right? Okay, quick, go. So it's like, oh, shoot.
Yeah, this is raucous fun too, because it's just so silly, and
it's a blast.
Bernie, he drew the tiniest little.
He does like tiny little.
We're like, I need a magnifying glass. I can't even see. You have the whole board. Oh my gosh!
Spread your wings. But yeah, no, it was so much fun. This game is just so much fun. Yeah. So that's my number 4, Caution Sign.
That is another. I'm gonna bring that along because that's. I don't think I have a drawing game in my repertoire here, so.
Well, that won't do.
Have to grab that one because it's so goofy. All right, but I do have another musical song, and this one I played with you on our last gaming marathon. And I didn't think this one would be that much fun either, but we had so much fun with this one.
We had a blast.
This led us to karaoke for the next 6 hours.
5 hours, 5-6 hours. And I had a cold and no voice to begin with. So we need to do over because I have a voice again.
This one is called Grab the Mic. Now, I have bought this one. It's still in shrink because I'm going to make sure my family's into playing this game before I open it up, because you never know. Some people don't like to just sing. They don't like to, especially music or whatever, because what you do in this, it's the simplest thing. You really could just make your own game version of this. Is you just are going to flip a card and it'll have a word on it. And you just have to, the first person to think of a song with that word has to grab the mic and sing that song. And it's just,
and we did like you have to do at least like 5 words in this song.
Said,
like you gotta
do at least 5 words.
Because we would do go like Queen. It's like, I'm gonna need more if you want the points.
Yeah, totally off key too, because I'm not knowing what song that is.
Or you'd be like, oh, Dancing Queen. I don't know the rest, but Dancing Queen.
That should be enough if you can get Dancing Queen. But yeah, no, we just had so much fun with this, and
it's a blast.
Hope everyone will want to play and it's kind of Ammonia, but with song.
With the
songs. You have to think of that song, and
it's like Ammonia meets Hitster.
Yeah, we had the song played in our heads, but we couldn't think of the words. Or
okay, I know it's in here. Hold on, I gotta get to it. Where is this word in this song? Or we'll sing it, and we're singing it, and be like, oh, it's blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, that's not the word. It's like, never mind.
But yeah, there's a timer too, so it's not like you have all this time to think about it. I don't know if it was a 30-second timer. Maybe.
Oh, there is a timer, because otherwise you pass.
Yeah,
but
and then if you do,
you could play without the timer if you have multiple players, but
I think it makes it more like,
add the stress
in my head, but I can't think of the words, and it's just so fun. And then
Yes.
you would score the card and you move up this track, and it's like the first one to the top.
I love this one.
But we played it like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, we played it 3 times, and then went
easy
karaoke for the.
cards. Yeah.
Okay, let's point out we karaoke'd from 10 o'clock till 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's 5 hours.
3 o'clock in the morning, and
Just
we're
at
like,
your house.
just a bit more, and I have no voice left. And oh my god, it was a blast though.
Right.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we did have some sangria. There was some sangria involved there too. So
I had sangria and my hot tea and my cough drops and my. It was the best. Oh my god, it was the best. Like this one, if it was like my sister, my mom, all over it, we would play this. We would have a blast.
Yeah.
Lee will not sing.
Oh,
so that one did not
make
my list.
There's be some like, I don't want to play this.
Yeah, there'll be some that may not.
Like,
but you know, honestly, like your girl group or whatever, or some people, and it's gonna hit so well with that particular group that when it hits well.
Exactly.
But
you have to not care if you're off key, just
no at all, and it doesn't even matter. It's just a matter of getting to the song. Exactly. And even if you're a good singer, like you're so rushed, it's gonna come out all weird anyways. But no, it was so much fun. I'm so glad you were like, oh, let's play this one. I'm like, yes, because I hadn't played it yet.
You have this copy where it has this wobbly mic.
I did a Temu video to see how bad are the Temu games. They're bad. And this one is like a pathetic. I think like the real version is like a nice foamy microphone.
Okay, I'm curious. I haven't opened mine, but I'm curious if I have the wobbly mic in there.
I bought this as a gift for my mom. I don't think she listens to my podcast, so she won't know. But so I'll know after Christmas what it looks like.
Where did you get yours?
I just bought it on Amazon.
Okay, because I got one at Walmart. So yeah, we'll have to.
The same. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's readily available and completely worth it.
Yeah.
Nice pick. All right, my number 3, and hold on, I forget what my number 3 is. So this one kind of goes well with the previous game, Caution Sign. So it's another drawing game. But this one does something a little bit unique, and you really gotta have good communication skills. And this one is called It's a Balloon. And with It's a Balloon, you all have the same little whiteboard. And in the background of the whiteboard, there's like shapes back there. And you're going to pick up some cards, pick a word, and you're going to draw it. And as you're drawing it, you're going to describe what you're doing. So draw a big circle around the umbrella. And all along the circle, draw little half circles all the way around. And as soon as somebody thinks, and they're all kind of copying what you're saying, hopefully it matches what you're drawing. And when they think they know, then they can grab, like, there's like bonus points that you can grab for. It's like, okay, I think it's a flower, so I'm going to grab it now. But maybe you went too quick. So it's like, now draw a little circle in the edge and put lines out so it's like a sunflower, like, you know, so. But it's, you don't see the drawing. You got to try to mimic. And sometimes like, what? And then they show it. It's, that's not what you're describing. It doesn't look anything alike. Like, but that's hilarious. I played this with my local game group, and we played this again and again and again. I was like, okay, let's do it again. And somebody else showed up. Well, let's play it again with them. And it's amazing. This is a game that Rio Grande sent to me, and it's so fun. It's hilarious. And absolutely loved it. And that is It's a Balloon.
Oh yeah, we'll have to try this with a big group. I've seen the cover of this, but I thought it was a card game. I didn't know it was a drawing game.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not disappointed with this one. This one's so good.
Awesome. All right, well, my number 2 is a game called Rabble. Now, this is another version of Time's Up, Total Recall.
Oh, okay.
Monikers, basically the same game with a little more. So what you're doing in this game is you're going to pull a stack of cards, and you kind of have 3 different rounds. The first round, you're going to pull a card and describe that, not using that word, to your team. and try to do as many as you can in an allotted amount of time. I think there's a timer. I think it's to use your phone or whatever as a timer, but
Right.
and then say I got 10 out of the 20, then the next team will go, and if they get more, they get more points, and you kind of, I think you go until you've gotten all the cards. Then in the next round, you're going to use one word to describe each card, and that's it. And then in the third round, you're going to act out the stuff. And so this is kind of the same way you play those other two games that I talked about, which
Monikers,
I
yeah.
have times up, and we've played it like over and over. I got this one because there's an added little challenge in there. There's these challenge cards. And so I can't remember how many each team has, or they get to pick one up every round. But it adds in stuff where now I have this card, I can play it to the other team. So now they have to, on round 1 or 2, while they're giving their clues, they have to give clues as if you're crying, and you have to, let's see some tears. So every clue you have to say like you're crying. Another one is like, after every card, make a different sound effect, like a jingle, an ambulance sign, an animal noise. You just have to make all these stupid noises. Or there's another one that says you continuously stare at one member of the opposite team. Don't even look at anybody else, but you're literally just staring at them, describing everything. So it's just stupid things that you can throw in and make it harder. And it just adds a little bit to them, but it's basically the same game. And we've had so much fun with Time's Up that it's neat, because then it's kind of a memory game too, because when you describe it with all the words, and then you go to the one word, you just try to pick a word out that you said in that first round, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, that must be that. And so there's like a deduction, there's some memory.
Yeah.
It's just silly, stupid fun, and we just have a blast with this. And this version is in a pretty box with just very very minimalistic look to it, and I
Nice.
enjoy that as well. But it's basically the same. If you have monikers, if you have Time's Up, it's basically the same thing, and it's just one of those silly word games that we always have a blast playing. And that's my number 2, Rabble.
Nice. Yeah, that looks cool. All right, my number 2 it's a spin-off of another game that I absolutely love, and this one is Incohearent. And it's kind of a spin-off from Mad Gab. And I also have now Incoherent song titles or song lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
Or something like that. And with this one is you have random words put together, but when you say them out loud together, they say something else, possibly. So in this one, we have Shawn Mendes. So it's like Shawn Mendes. But you got to say Shawn Mendes, until you can come up with what it is. The other ones, I have no idea. They're not showing the back of the card, and I couldn't figure them all out. So which one are you looking?
420? Is that a band? 420?
420? 420. I have no idea. But 420, like it might not be a band, but like 420,
420,
right? So that could very well be that. So it's just a bunch of like, personally, I still think I prefer Mad Gab for some reason. They play exactly the same. I just find the words they put together, Mad Gab, were kind of, I like them more. The song and lyric one was kind of neat as well. And I got it because we were going to do a karaoke night, but I was losing my voice. I was like, well, let's do a game and karaoke night. So we're going to play like music theme game, like Hitster, like grab the mic, like Incoherent lyrics or whatever. And then as well, karaoke. So it's going to be like a whole theme game and karaoke. And then I ended up canceling because I was too sick.
But then 3 days later, we still did it anyway.
I did it anyways.
You had a bit of a voice. That's all you needed.
Oh my God.
There's some loud, like not loud.
I'm very loud.
Voice, so
and
you only
even
needed a little
sick. Well, it's like, it almost seems like when I'm sick, it's harder to just speak at a normal volume than it is to speak. But I could not do Evanescence. That was.
Oh, that was. I needed your like tune to carry that one. I couldn't do it.
And I had nothing left to get that out, but
we hit a few in the high notes there, but only a few in that
yeah.
one.
Yeah, but yeah, Incoherent or Mad Gab or any of those, lots of fun. And you know what? I think this one goes well with my family is because we're French. Half my family mispronounce stuff anyways. So sometimes it makes it easier to get what they're trying to say. And it's like, okay, you say, I won't look. So you don't get distracted with what it says. You just hear, but she said,
like blind everything out and just
or sometimes it'd be like, oh, you're saying it. It's like, what am I saying?
Yeah, I know. That's so funny. I'm like, what? And you keep saying it, and you're like, I don't get it.
I don't know what I'm saying.
You exactly saying it? Yeah, it's goofy.
Yeah,
we used to play Mad Gab as young adults, and
it was so fun. I still have my Mad Gab as well. I will never get rid of it because it's just so fun. But yeah, nice. So that was my number 2. Now we're number 1.
Yes, I might have to bring that one along too because that could get played. But all right, so my number 1 is now this one I had talked about last time, and talking about again because I've just been playing it like crazy, and I'm sure I'll still play it in the next few weeks. And this is Humbug. I have played. I tried every game solo, two-handed, just to see. Except for there's couple minimum 3-player trick taking that I haven't tried, but everything else I've tried. And now I have played quite a few with multiple players, and there's so many great games. There's the original one is a bluffing game.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's neat. And you've probably played a version of that with just normal cards, but this box and production is awesome because it comes with this huge deck of cards where it's like the 12 days of Christmas. So you have 12 12s, 11 11s, so on. And then it has all quite a few other cards involved with it. And then some little resources. There's coal, there's these little berries, there's some gold arrows. And so what happened was that this person made this game years ago and then made it as a print and play on Kickstarter. So I backed it and I printed it and made a terrible looking copy. And then a year later, she was kickstarting that she was going to make this game like, a production copy, which I was like, yes, I'm just getting it because there just wasn't barely any Christmas games and I really liked it. But she was going to get all these people to design a game out of her game and all the components. And I thought, that's really cool. And so it ended up being 15 different games in there. She did a couple, and then a bunch of different designers did like one each kind of thing. And they so far are all awesome. Like they're all different and unique. There's solo games, there's 2-player games, there's cooperative games, there's deck building, there's trick taking, there's a social deduction game. There's a game that I want to play with our family where we can play with like 10 people, and it's just like a high, it's called high low, I think, but it's going to be just perfect for all of us to just have a quick, it's like a betting game. We've played so many there's 2 that are like you're building a Christmas tree with the cards. There's like a parade one. They're just
the parade one was kind of cool.
Yeah, that one was neat. There's one where you're using the decorations on the green cards and you're building up your mantle.
Yeah, that one was cool too.
There's just so many. I'm so happy with this game. It was like a $35 purchase, but the production is beautiful. The rule book is like a spiral-bound book with really thick pages, and they're all marked clearly. The rules are written so well. It's just, I can't talk enough about this game. And if you do need a Christmas game next year, if you're a card playing family, this is one to get because you have so many games in there that it's just, I can't wait to play more. Every day I'm like, okay, what's my next one I'm gonna play? Ooh, like who's coming over tomorrow night? Yeah, this will be perfect for them. Ooh, me and John are gonna play. I'm gonna play some of the 2-player ones, and he really likes them as well. So
nice.
It's can't wait for the rest of my family to play some of these games, but I just love it, and that's Bah Humbug for me. I think it's called Bah Humbug, the 12 Days of Christmas, 12 games.
The 12 games of Christmas.
But there's actually 15 in there because she put some.
Well, because there's more, right? So yeah, that's great. Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. No, it was a great, great game. I'm glad we've been playing that. I played it 6 times this last week, so it was good. My number one game is one of my favorite games to pull out when there's a large group of people. And what's great about it is you're not limited to, we can only be 6 or whatever. You can play 2 teams. And that is Word Slam. And Word Slam is hilarious. Now, the first time I played it, I believe it was with you, Carla, wasn't it?
Oh, really?
When I lived back in Didsbury.
That was my first time, too.
Yeah, well, I didn't own it before then. I went and bought it after that. So with Word Slam is you have 2 teams. You have the blue team and you have the orange team. And there'll be the clue givers on each team. They're going to look at a card. There's going to be a bunch of letters or words, and they're going to pick one and say, well, I like number 4, number 5. Or you could roll for it, but we'd like to pick. And then be like, oh, yeah, not 4. Let's do 5. Okay, we're doing 5. And then you have these cards. And these cards have bunch of words on it, but there's a bunch of words that's not on there as well. So you gotta keep that in mind also. And there'll be words, there'll be adjectives, there'll be like all sorts of stuff, right? And you're gonna go through these cards as fast as you can, trying to put these words out there to describe what the word we're trying to guess is. And there's different difficulty level. And we played this one last month, and it was oh my God, I have fun with this one. And you get like, huh? It's like,
is that one pizza? It's got to be pizza, right?
Eat yellow circle divided. Is pizza part of it? Like on there, they have breakfast, Hollywood, GPS unit, Dora the Explorer, babysitter, or banana. So I don't know if it's like breakfast. I don't know. I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but why yellow circle if it's pizza? But yeah, so it's weird. And sometimes it's hard to try to come up with what, like, and there's sometimes where it's easy. Like they had gun, vehicle, and there was like, oh, tanks, done. They won instantly. And we had one was like,
good. Those guys were good.
Green, not man. So we're like, oh, a green woman. And we're like caught up in this, but it was alien. And we were naming all these like green characters that were women and were way off. We did one where it was me and Lee playing against our 2 older boys. And it was Pride Parade. Oh. And I was putting like all the colors, like the rainbow. And I put like love, walk, men, and or whatever, like men and women or whatever it was. And eventually Lee caught it. And Nick and Jerome was like, Nick's guessing leprechaun.
That's probably where my brain would have went. I would have been, oh, rainbow. Oh, they're at the end of the rainbow.
Oh my God. Every time it's clear because it's so hard sometimes to try to come up with how am I going to describe this? Or like and sometimes okay, this word, it's not in there. You're gonna have to come up with something different. And it's like one was like vacuuming. How do you describe that? Gosh. It's like well, I don't think suck is one of them. And it was like woman work. And then it's like, and then or men. Just putting like, I'm not trying to say it has to be a woman, but traditionally. And he was like, and then no dirt or something. I was like, oh yeah, what are you talking about?
It's silly.
But, and it's like, and then the other team are getting words, but they don't see our words. We don't see their words. And then
but they hear what you're saying.
If you're saying out loud, you start giving clues and they're like, what? That doesn't match this at all. But it's a hoot. Oh my God. This game deserves to be at the top of this list because it is so much fun. It's such a great crowd pleaser. If somebody doesn't want to be the clue giver because it's too stressful or whatever, then don't.
Yeah.
And it's entertaining to listen and to watch. And if you want to take part, then do. And then after a couple of rounds, like, okay, I want to try. You know, it's like, and that's completely okay as well. But I absolutely love this one. Yeah. So fun. And that is my number one, Word Slam.
Yeah. And if you look at the designers on this, those designers, they design like Euro games, and like some little
really
games. But this is like the only time I've seen like a word party game of theirs. So it's interesting that they
do it well.
Designers. Yeah, just look at them and you'll see their games. You'll be like, oh my gosh, like there's like big Euro games that they design. So it's kind of neat. And their kids have actually designed games as kids, like Cockroach Poker, I think, was one of the kids' games.
Oh, that's a good one.
When they were like 12 or something, or even younger. It's one of those. I can't remember. I don't have it in this room.
That's cool.
But yeah, they're a very interesting family. That's for sure. Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, so those were our top 9 holiday games.
Awesome. Well, our next episode, we are going to just have a recap of 2025 of games we've played maybe over the holidays, just some of our challenges that we've each done on our board game stats.
How well we did, how badly we did.
We did about 4 challenges on there, but...
I've done some challenging knowing I was going to be nowhere close, but I put it on there anyways.
So how many challenges did you do?
I'm going to go look right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Are you counting your H index challenge?
Yes.
Okay, then I did 5.
I'm 1 play away from achieving that one, so hopefully.
It looks like, why do I have 2 alphabet challenges? It's weird. I did 2 of them. I just noticed.
Are you successful in both?
I succeeded in all of mine, yes.
Oh man, I'm like nowhere near in some of them.
But
nowhere
I
near.
Pretty easy. Like they weren't. Like I'll give myself a harder challenge next year because I did try to do a hard one the year before and there was no way I couldn't get that 10 by 10 done. Try 10 by 10. But
I always kind of think about it as like
10 by 10. I did do one.
I'm impressed. I don't play games again enough to do 10 of them 10 times.
I might have put all my solo games in there. We'll have to look.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't do that.
I'll play some solo games there, but yeah, there's some neat ones, and yeah,
nice.
You guys can even challenge us to say you guys need to do this challenge next year. Just put it
oh
in
my god,
and we'll try to do it.
But yeah, so it'll be interesting. Kind of do a recap because it's going to be busy next couple of weeks, and that's when we're going to need. So we're like, let's do something easy that we don't have to prep for so much. It'll be more like hangout conversation, talk about the holidays, what we've been playing, how 2025 has been looking. The challenges, yes, and then what's to come in 2026. But yeah, so should be. And if you want to ask us questions, send us questions and we can answer stuff like that as well. We sometimes have mentioned that I don't think we ever get any questions anyways. So but if we get any, we'll definitely address them. Or we could talk about a few things that's kind of happened over the course of the year on our Discord channel that was kind of neat. But we'll go on there, kind of say, okay, next episode is going to be like bric-a-brac is a French word for like a mix of everything. So, and we'll see if anybody wants to asks us anything, or I'll come up with questions for you and you can come up with questions for me.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah.
Questions on the spot, or are we going to prep the answer?
No, on the spot, no prepping.
Okay, we'll do it.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, but before we end this, where can people find you, Mel?
So we've talked a lot about our Discord, so we'll have the link for that in the description below. So be sure you join that because it's been a blast on there, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I am on Instagram at Mel's_boardgame_room. I also have a Facebook page called Mel's Board Game Room and my YouTube channel called Mel's Board Game Room. And although I did record a video, my top games of the month, but I need to find my cameras. So it's going to be like single camera recording right now because I don't know where they're at. And I have the one camera, but I don't have the proper mount. So it's sitting like on top of my thing. I can't screw it on. So it's, yeah. How about you? Where can we find you, Carla?
I'm on Instagram at boardgamespecialist, all one word, and have a Facebook page called Red Deer Board Game Fanatics. Well, until next time, have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and thanks for listening.
Yes, thanks for listening. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's.
If you want to stay with me, if you want to try